Okay, welcome back to part 2. Coming in at number 5, the Kaena Point trails. Kaena Point is the most northwestern point on the island. It's the only shoreline not accessible by car on the island of Oahu. To hike out there you have two options, the one from the south starting at Yokohama Bay and the one from the north starting at Farrington Highway. Let's start from the south. The drive out to Yokohama Bay is about an hour 40 minutes depending on the time and the traffic. The trail itself is about 5.4 miles round trip. Now the reason to start here from the south would definitely be Yokohama Bay. It's a beautiful coastline that has probably one of the most beautiful beaches on Oahu. Now the day I went out there, the beach park was actually still closed because of COVID restrictions. Normally find plenty of parking and as usual, don't leave any valuables in your car. Starting from here, let's go! As you can see, the trail goes right along the ocean front, and during the winter months you may even see some whales out here. There is no shade on either the southern or the northern route, so bring plenty of sunscreen and water. Kaena Point itself is actually a bird sanctuary, so there's a big fence around to keep the predators out. Alright, I made it out to the point. Now let's see if we find some albatrosses here. Albatrosses are the masters of soaring flight. It's always a big pleasure to see him cruising out here. Okay, now let's start from Farrington Highway. Now driving up to the end of Farrington Highway takes about an hour and 20 minutes from the city, again depending on the traffic. The trail itself is about a 5.6 mile round trip. As you can see, it's actually very easy. Drive to the end of Farrington Highway past the Dillingham Airport. Here is the gate where four-wheel drivers can get a permit. There is an oceanside parking and one here up by the street. So here you have two options. Along the old road here, you may encounter some cars though. Much better option is going down to the shoreline and take the oceanfront trail. Here is the starting point. It gives you some information about the trail and the wildlife out here. Let's go! As you can see, the northern and southern route is great for families. There is no big uphills. The trail was actually initially built for the railway going around Kaena Point. You still can see some leftovers once in a while, like this bridge here. What I like on the northern route, it may be a little bit cooler if you have trade winds. But again, there is no shade on this side too, so be ready for that. Now let's see if you're lucky and find some Hawaiian monk seals out here. If you spot them, make sure to go not too close to them, they are protected. The Kaena Point trails. Number 4, the Koli'ou'ou Ridge trail. The Koli'ou'ou Ridge trail is a very popular trail to get to the Koli'ou'ou summit. It's about 4.7 miles round trip and you have to climb about 1500 feet. The trailhead is located near Hawaii Kai at Kuliou'ou Valley at the end of Koli'ou'ou Place. This is a small community and sometimes parking is hard to find. Please remember not to be too noisy when you walk around the neighborhood.
Here we go, making moves, ready or not tonight, like.
From the start on, it's pretty much a graduate climb to get to the Koli'ou'ou summit.
Let's do it. You know I'm up for anything.
As you get closer to the top, there is plenty of stairs to help you out. This is a well-maintained trail, but remember, if it's rainy and muddy, it can get slippery too, so make sure you're ready for that. Yeah, I made it to the summit.
We can do it all the feels that feel so right. Look at me.
Beautiful views over to Lanikai, Manalo and Rabbit Island. The Koli'ou'ou Ridge Trail. Coming in at number 3, the Pink Pillbox in Maili. This is probably one of the best trails to see the sunset on the island. The Pillbox Trail is located on the west side of the island. It's about an hour and 30 minutes from the city depending on traffic. The trail begins at Kaukama Road. There is normally plenty of street parking available. The trail is about 1.4 miles round trip. Okay, so here's the trailhead. The trail can be pretty steep, you're gonna see in a second. Now let's see how it goes. Let's do it! Plan on maybe a half an hour to get to the summit. This is a popular trail, so it can get pretty busy during sunset. Okay, made it to the first pillbox. There is a total of 3 of them, so you can pick your favorite. On this day I was blessed with a gorgeous sunset. The Pink Pillbox hike in Maili. Place number 2, the Wiliwilinui Ridge Trail. This trail is a little bit harder than the Koli'ou'ou Ridge Trail. It's approximately 4.6 miles round trip and an elevation gain of a little bit more than 1600 foot. That trail begins in a gated area, so you actually have to first stop at the guardhouse and get a parking pass. Parking is very limited, so try to go early. Here is the designated parking area. From here you just walk up the road and you can start your trail. Let's see how it goes. Let's do it. Yeah! The trail initially starts with a dirt road. Here you can see the antenna tower. That's actually where you're going to. as most of the Koli'ou'ou summit trails, the trail becomes steeper and steeper as you get closer to the summit. Gorgeous views to the shoreline and Diamond Head is in the background. The day I went I had the perfect weather, but remember it can look different here, so be ready for that. Alright, I made it to the antenna, just a little bit more to go. Alright, made it up to the top. Now Wiliwilinui Ridge line. A little bit overcast today. Just a few minutes later it cleared up and I had beautiful east shore views. The Wiliwilinui Ridge line trail. And finally hike number 1, the Mount Kaala Trail. Now this is a hard but rewarding trail. This trail is located on the west side at the end of Waianae Valley Road. The total elevation gain on this trail is over 5,000 feet and it's 7.8 miles round trip. Good morning, welcome back. Today we are back here on the west side and the plan is to head up to way up there, Mount Kaala, the highest mountain here on Oahu. Oh, let's see how that goes. Let's go. Shaka. After a while you reach the forest and it gets a little bit cooler. Alright, made it to the initial ridge line here. It was pretty steep to come up here. It wasn't not too technical because it's dry today. Different story on a wet day. Now from here we're heading along the fence up here for a while. Let's see how that goes. Let's go, Shaka!
Aching to be whole. If you could only see what I see, recklessly running from the demons.
As you can see, this trail is only for advanced hikers. It gets pretty steep as you get to the top, but luckily there is some ropes to help you out.
We've got so much left to lose.
The views on the way are absolutely spectacular. The boardwalk trail on the summit is just stunning. Made it to the summit here, Mount Kaala, highest point on Oahu. Now let's hang out a little bit and hope it's gonna clear out. Looks like the sun starts to push through. Let's go check it out. Aloha. It started to clear out quickly and had beautiful views towards Haleiwa and even down to Kaena Point. Alright, I made it back. It was about 7 hours out there. I spent almost 2 hours on the summit. I would say the trickiest part here is the parking situation. It's not the safest location here, so luckily car is still here with all the wheels on too. I'm glad about that. The Mount Kaala Trail.